Alright, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. It's the last game of this Super Sunday of WSL action, and it's Everton versus Chelsea. We've got second in the table, at least second going into today, against second bottom. So it should be a very interesting game. Chelsea looking to maintain their perfect record. Everton looking to for their first win of the season. First goal of the season as well. So, Harry, should be a win for Chelsea today, but we can't write Everton off. Should be an interesting one.
Yeah, very much. As you say, it's been a really, really good day of action, and I don't think that is over yet. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Two sides that have had, to be honest, I think you could say complete opposite starts of the season. You've got a winless Everton against a flawless Chelsea. So, realistically, you look at it and you'd say there's only one winner, but football is a funny game sometimes, and Everton are going to make it very, very difficult for Chelsea tonight. They're at home, they're at Goodison Park. It's going to be a good support for the home side, and they're going to try and use that to their advantage and see if they can get something from this game. A point today is a good result. I think, as you say, to score a goal off, from one of their own players scoring is got to be the main thing for Everton today. Try and find the back of the net. Chelsea haven't been flawless defensively, so there could be opportunities there to try and find the back of the net, but realistically, if Chelsea are on top form, then Everton don't stand a chance.
It's worth noting, Everton's best performances of the season have come against top opposition. They only lost 1-0 to Manchester United in quite a good defensive display at home, and they drew as well with Arsenal away. So they have taken on some of the bigger sides in the league and done quite well. Now, I do think Chelsea is a completely different kettle of fish, and I think that will be a very difficult challenge today. But if they can defend valiantly, they may be able to hold off Chelsea, may be able to weather that storm for a while at least. But yeah, should be a really interesting one today. I think Chelsea are the huge overdogs. Let's have a look then at the lineups for this game. As you mentioned, it is at Goodison Park, the home of Everton. So we'll start with the home side. It looks like a 4-2-3-1 potentially today for Everton, which difference is a bit of a difference to what they usually play. We usually see a 3-4-3 or a 4-5-1, but it may look like a 4-5-1 to be fair. But 4-2-3-1 at the side for Everton. In goal, it's Courtney Brosnan. A back four then of Hope, Finnegan, Hobson and Payne. In the midfield, it is Van Havermet and Hayashi, I believe. Ollison in there as well on the left flank. Then you've got Sari one side, and then Payne and Snoyce up front. It's a bit of a... We don't really know how this Everton side is going to look, because... how it looks on paper, the list of names you know who's playing, you just don't really know what formation it's going to be.
Oh yeah, I would guess Sari in the 10 and Payne out wide as well, but we'll see what it turns out. Yeah. There's multiple options they have with the players they've put out there. Whatever it's going to be a pretty solid structure, and it is going to be very much get 11 players behind the ball and try and absorb pressure. But they want to do what other teams have done to Chelsea, like Aston Villa did, on the opening game week, which is leave themselves chances to get forward, chances to try and attack Chelsea. Because if you sit with 11 players behind the ball and don't look to push forward, don't look to be positive, Chelsea will just run rings around you. If Everton, yes, they've got to remain compact, but when they get the opportunities, they've got to spring forward, they've got to be on the front foot, and when the opportunities, they've got to get their forward players on the ball. If they can do that, they could try and cause Chelsea some issues in defensive areas and potentially start to try and find a goal. All that is what they need. Yeah. To be honest, Everton could concede 4 or 5 tonight, but I think they just want a goal. They just want to score a goal.
Yeah, it's one of those games where, it's heavily rotated for Everton tonight as well. You've got Claire Wheeler, who doesn't start today's game, so Justine Van Havermet's going to move into midfield, and in comes 17-year-old Hobson. That's a big ask to come into a game like this and perform. That does make you think it could be a 5-back without Van Havermet still dropping in there. But either way, it's going to be really difficult for her. There's no home guard, so Payne moves from the wing to play full-back, with Tony Payne coming into the side. It's going to be a tough ask for Everton today, because they've not done very well this season with their full-strength team, and they're playing Chelsea today with a very rotated side.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm starting to get the feeling that Brian Sorensen is running out of options, running out of ideas, and not only does that put Everton in a lot of trouble, I think that also puts Brian Sorensen under a lot of pressure, and I think I'll be intrigued to see how the situation at Everton develops.
But I don't think there's much more he can do. I think the squad in that Everton side is just lacking. There's just such little quality.
And unless they get absolutely battered tonight, they will not end the game week bottom, because West Ham managed to throw away a lead at Tottenham.
Yeah, which I know Tottenham are a good side on paper. They've not played well this season. No. I think West Ham would have wanted to take something from that, especially after leading early on. Let's have a look then at this Chelsea team, because again, a lot of rotation. In goal, Hannah Hampton keeps her spot. She started every WSL game this season. It's a back four of Lawrence, Buchanan, Bright and Sondi Baltimore, so no Lucy Bronze for a trip to her former side. In the pivot, it's Chilka Nuskan and Erin Cuthbert. On the right-hand side, it's the WSL's most informed player, Joanna Wrighton-Carnreed. On the left-hand side, Guro Wrighton. In attack midfield, it's Mako Hamano and Aki Beaver-Jones with, I believe, her first start of the campaign, leading the line. So a lot of rotation in there. Does that make a lot of sense, Harry?
It definitely does. Chelsea, and we know their fixture list is going to get very congested as the season goes on. And we've already seen from Bompastor that even early on in the campaign, she wants to keep things fresh, wants to keep things rotating against an Everton side which Chelsea should be comfortable against. Sonia's going to take the opportunity to have a bit of a change around in the team. And the thing with Chelsea is that it's rotation, but it's not downgrades. Bringing in Beaver-Jones for Ramirez is not really a downgrade. They just give you different things.
Profiles.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think we've seen this season how you don't really need to be hugely physical against this Everton backline. So I think it's a team that Beaver-Jones can excel against. There's going to be space in behind. Pressing effectively will be very useful. We saw against Brighton, they just kept giving Brighton the ball in their own third, and then Brighton would just score a goal. Yeah. So I think if Chelsea can get their pressing right today, Everton won't be able to play through that, and Chelsea will have a whole lot of fun. And we've seen it a lot this season where Chelsea don't start particularly fast. We saw it at Palace and we saw it against Tottenham most specifically. But then as the game develops and the other side start to become demoralised because Chelsea have scored a few, they can really put the pressure on. And I've got a fear for Everton that it's going to be a long evening.
That could happen, but we know Everton, they're an experienced side. Brian Sorensen knows what he's doing in terms of, as you say, they've looked pretty decent against the tougher sides in the league. And that'll be the plan again today, to hold on. But the problem is holding on doesn't really work. Again, they held on against United. United was a weird one though, because they conceded early on and then nothing happened in the game.
Well, that's the thing, they are very good defensively, this Everton side, but that makes no difference when you have absolutely no way of bringing the ball forwards and scoring a goal. So they just defend and they hold on for a while, but eventually they are just going to concede because they're not coming forwards. Sometimes the best form of defence is to attack the opposition, to put them under a bit of pressure. Everton can't do that. So it is just clear it and then wait for the next attack. And eventually you are always going to succumb to that pressure. And I just don't know where the light at the end of the tunnel is for Everton at the moment. I don't see what changes.
Yeah, I think
they have to have a big January at the moment. That's where it's looking like. Yeah.
The problem is for Everton is that you'd say tonight, even if they don't find the back of the net, look positive in front of the goal. Look, when they come forward with the pace and come forward with threat. But they've done that this season. That's the thing. They've done the hard part. They've got into good areas. They've created some decent chances, but they just cannot take them. The West Ham game, when I can't remember who it was, but they robbed possession. I think it was Snoyce. Robbed possession of the West Ham centre half. Was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Didn't find the back. Didn't even find the target. And Everton have created the chances, just not taken them. And that's a problem because as a manager, you can't change that. If your side aren't creating chances, you can change things, which means they're going to look positive. As a manager, there's nothing you can do to make your side score goals if they're missing chances. That is genuine. That is just down to the personnel. And if the personnel don't start getting it right for Everton, they're in for a long season, and they're in for what could be a very worrying season, depending on how we look at the end of the campaign.
Well, I think that's the key difference, because while West Ham haven't looked great. They have, or at least the results don't look great for West Ham. They've played a lot better than Everton have.
Yeah.
So I think in that regard, you would have more faith that they may be able to pick up a result somewhere.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for Camilla Sace on a one-woman mission to relegate West Ham, then, West Ham only drew to Everton because she stuck it in her own net. They lost to Tottenham today because they conceded a 90th minute equaliser and because she put one in her own net again. So for West Ham, they've been getting the performances right, not the results. For Everton, the performance has been nowhere near and the results have been even further. So it's really worrying.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I mean, and you look at West Ham's fixture list and they've played some quite difficult opponents. They played Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Manchester United all in this first few games.
Yeah.
So, and Tottenham, of course, today. So you can look at it and say, well, actually, they've not done too badly because coming up, they play Leicester, Brighton, Palace, Villa. So they could definitely get a win in that run. And then the season looks very different. And the problem is I just don't see Everton doing the same. Eden says, coming after the end of the Chelsea men's match, come on Chelsea. That was a frustrating one. Should have beaten United. Oh, well. We'll go again next week. Hopefully the women can make up for it with a win here. Ryan says, "Hi guys, good to see you another week. Regretting making Ramirez my fantasy WSL captain. I transfer in this week, and I literally thought as I did it, this is a bad idea because Chelsea rotate too much. But I thought, but Chelsea have got Everton, and I've only got one Chelsea player. I've got to have more Chelsea players in there. If I didn't want to gamble on Aggie because she's not started yet, should have done that.
Yeah, you should have. You should have.
But Ramirez should still come off the bench and have some sort of impact, so I'm not too worried there. I did go for Ramirez over Nikita Paris, though, so that was very gutting. But Chelsea today, who are you looking out for to perform? Anyone who needs a big performance?
It's a good question because they've been in brilliant form of Chelsea. I think every player has looked solid. I think the only players that haven't, I'd say Lucy Bronze, but she's not playing today. I think Aggie will want to score.
She won't have much defending to do, so this would be a perfect opposition to play against.
That would be. But I think the three behind Aggie today of Guro, Hermano and Canary have looked absolutely phenomenal, especially Joanna Eaton-Canary has looked just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Does Guro need a big performance, or is she... But I mean, Aggie, I say, is one because she's not started yet.
Yeah, I think Guro's done well, to be fair. Look, got in amongst the goals against Palace, got amongst the goals against Tottenham. She's looked much better than she did last season, and I think that is key. And she's back out on the left, so I'd expect to see another good performance from Aggie.
Lawrence?
That's from Guro, sorry. Lawrence, I think...
Someone's not really looked in the reckoning, despite the fact we haven't had a left back. They've, Bompastor has preferred to play Sandy Baltimore out of position. I mean, I know Baltimore is more like Charles than Lawrence is, so you can see why, because you get a huge tactical upside by playing a winger there. But I still think it's weird that Lawrence hasn't really been given a look in at all on that left-hand side.
I think the main thing for Lawrence will be if she looks more solid than Bronze has, and there's a real questions there about who starts.
I mean, what's ever Peres got to do to get a start?
No, I don't know.
That's a bigger question, because she's had no opportunities.
Yeah, it's been
and I never understood why they brought Bronze in the first place, because I think the defensive side, Peres is much better, and I think attackingly, Bronze much better. But I don't really see why we've only given Bronze minutes. Peres played one game. It's the Champions League game against Twente, I think. So a bit of an odd one that. But yeah. Anyway, players are out on the field. We should be getting into predictions. So if you are watching along, get involved in the live chat with your predictions. We'll start here in the studio though. Harry, what are you going for today's game? Yeah,
you've got an Everton. I think it's an easy one for me. I'm going to go for Chelsea. You've got an Everton side who haven't won a game, haven't scored a goal of their own doing, and you've got a Chelsea side who have been scoring goals for fun. I will go for a 3-0 Chelsea win. I think there won't be too many goals, but it will still be very, very convincing. I think it will be goals. I think Canary will open the scoring because she's been in phenomenal form. I'll go for a Guro goal to make it 2. And then the third will be a goal from... Do you know what? I'll go Sandy Baltimore.
She's been in very good form recently. She's scored in the last 2 games for Chelsea, or at least last 2 WSL matches. So that's very positive. I back the prediction. I'm going to say slightly larger victory margin of 4-0. I think it'll be 2 goals for Carnreid because she's simply unplayable right now. I'm going to say Aggie Jones as well, and then we'll go Maya Ramirez off the bench, which is completely undone.
Yeah, nothing.
I can't think. That's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't think what the word was. But yes, uninvolved from my fantasy team. But yeah, should be a good one today then. Everton versus Chelsea. John's saying, hoping we'll have a competitive match, but can't see Everton getting anything out of this. I think that's a fair assumption. Everton haven't offered much of a fight against any of their opponents, let alone.
Yeah, I mean, even if Chelsea don't get going in the early stages, which we have seen a few times from the Blues, Everton, for me, would have to play exceptionally well if they want to punish that.
Yeah. And Sapphire says, hello again, good to see you, Sapphire. And Amber Ellis saying, where can you watch? If you're in the UK, it is on Sky Sports, Football, Premier League and Main Event, I think. So it's everywhere. If you are outside of the UK, then it'll be on whatever your TV broadcaster is. This is a TV broadcast pick, so it's whatever your local broadcaster is. So yeah, should be a good one. There is a minute's silence before this game. That's part of the Remembrance tributes. I imagine this is Everton Women's only home game then between now and Remembrance weekend.
But yeah, it's an important one for Everton today because even if the result isn't there, I think the performance needs to be, as you said at the start, there's been quite a few games where Chelsea have blown teams out of the water. For Palace, second half they blew Palace out of the water. I think for the last 30 minutes against Tottenham, Chelsea were unplayable. If Chelsea are like that, Everton are going to have to play exceptionally well to go with them. But the main thing is, don't let it get silly. Don't get to 4 or 5 goals down. Keep it competitive. Stay in the game. Don't drop your head, and you've got to keep going.
The one thing I will say is that Everton haven't done that this season. Like, Brighton's their biggest loss at 4-0. They only conceded once to United, and they remained valiant after that. So, you know, while that is always always something that could happen, because Tottenham haven't been truly battered by anyone, then they played Chelsea and they conceded 5. I do have a little more faith that Everton won't get absolutely
tanked.
tanked.
There's experience there that kind of holds them together.
That is true. And I don't think they're a bad defensive side. No. They do have a 17-year-old in their backline tonight, which it could make a difference. Not that she's a bad player or anything, but she's 17 years old, making her senior debut against Chelsea, which is an utterly insane situation.
It is, but if she plays well, then what a...
this could be a revelation.
What an audition for Everton's side. But yeah, it's going to be a big game, and the Toffees will hope to deliver a performance that big crowd there at Goodison Park today. So hopefully they can deliver a performance which is going to please the home fans at the very least, even if they do lose the game.
Yeah, Mike Downs went to the stream, says, "Evening chaps, did you hear how Bronze joined Chelsea? In that Lucy had just won the Champions League and was wandering the pitch talking to Sonia, and they agreed that Lucy needed a new club, and Sonia was like, okay, come join us."
Wow.
That's an incredible story. Where did you hear about this, Mike? Because no, I haven't heard that. Is Everton to get us started here, and there will be a taking of the knee and a stand against all form of discrimination before tonight's game, and then Everton will get us started. They knock the ball back and we're underway here at Goodison Park. It's Everton versus Chelsea, the final game of match week 6 of the WSL campaign. And immediately Everton have knocked the ball out of play.
That's what they want to do, slow the game down.
Kill it off.
But that is the way to do it for Everton. Do not let Chelsea get in their rhythm. Tottenham did it and it disturbed Chelsea for about 60 minutes, and then last half an hour Chelsea took the piss with them. Even Crystal Palace in the first 45 at Selhurst Park stopped Chelsea getting into their rhythm, and Chelsea didn't play to their best abilities.
Guro right trying to carry this ball down the left-hand side, then manages to find Aggie Beaver-Jones breaking into the penalty area now. Beaver-Jones takes aim, and it's a good save from Courtney Brosnan, but it's too easy from Everton in there. Guro Wrighton with a nice drive down the line, manages to pick out Aggie Beaver-Jones, and, she just weaves inside, gets a shot away, forces a stop out of Brosnan.
They won't get away with that again, Everton. They have practically let Aggie Beaver-Jones walk into the penalty area. Picks the ball up from Guro out wide, just walks into the penalty area and has a shot. They cannot afford to let Chelsea do that tonight, because they will concede a lot.
Yeah, I think that's true. Sapphire says, do you think Chelsea should do any business in January? I think unless we're agreeing something on a pre-contract till the summer, I wouldn't. I don't think there's anything that pressing that's needed.
Yeah, the fact you've got players that actually aren't playing.
Maybe another midfielder, but the problem is with midfield is that you've got Vila Berman and you've got Lexi Potter coming back next year.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to say, well, go and sign someone, because then those players will return and you've got 7 defensive midfielders.
And with Captain and not in Pomay, Jean-Francois,
and Julia Bartel.
And
she comes
Bartel,
back from injury.
Yeah.
Is she back on the bench? I have no idea.
I think she's back. I think she might be back today.
That's good to know. But yeah, so that's the thing. I think that's the only position we're kind of light in, and I wouldn't sign anyone right now.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea have got a stacked squad. I'd wait till next summer and evaluate who you want to keep, who you want to sell, and then look at transfers, because there's so many players in this squad right now. Erin Cuthbert, ball into the box, going to fall towards the back post. Kana Reid gets that all wrong.
Wow.
Big opportunity squandered, which you wouldn't expect from a player in her scintillating form, but Joanna Wrighton, Kana Reid nods that well wide of the mark.
Yeah. The Swede is at the golden touch, really, this season.
Not known for aerial prowess, to be fair.
No, but the problem is she runs onto that head at the wrong angle because she's lost the player and then had to come back inside. So doesn't really glance it goalwards, but yeah, try to get power behind it. But the ball already had the pace. It just needed to be flicked on and ends up getting it all wrong. But a player in her form, you'd expect the net to bolster there, or at least to work the keeper.
Yeah. Ryan Chim, the classic high full stop. Good to see you, Ryan. Mike Down said it was in a...
What a ball from Guro.
Oh, Wrighton, Kana Reid. Could have had a shot there, you feel. Tried to play that through to Beaver-Jones, not quite come off.
I'm not sure why Kana Reid's passed there. Chelsea seem to be squandering these chances. Everton are all over the place.
But that is 3 opportunities in less than 3 minutes.
Kana Reid just a great ball from Guro. She brings it down, puts it onto her left, and Hobson just doesn't go with her. And Kana Reid, I think Kana Reid realised she could have just had a shot and probably scored.
Yeah.
Tries to play some intricate ball into Aggie Beaver-Jones. It doesn't work out.
Again, Everton caught, trying to play out from the back. Guro to Hermano. Hermano tries to find a pass. Can't. Nusken. That's overhit again. Chelsea are overplaying here. They keep winning the ball back. They've just got to calm down.
Chelsea aren't warming up, though. It's the problem. Chelsea aren't in their rhythm.
They're frantic.
But Everton are giving them so many chances. Chelsea's don't know what to do with it. I mean, this is terrible for Everton. They just keep passing. I like the commitment to play out the back. But sometimes you've got to say, well, we can't do this
The
anymore.
problem is we've just seen them go long and Millie Bright won the header and Chelsea came forwards. What do Everton do?
Oh, just kick out of play.
That's genuine.
A Chelsea throw is probably the least dangerous thing that Everton could have.
Hayashi. Now they're trying to play out. Finnegan, Sari, Hayashi, nice football this. Can Everton make something of it? Ball goes forward, that's going to fall to Baltimore, and Chelsea can recycle it. Bright, Nuskin, Baltimore. Not
it works for Everton when they draw Chelsea out, but Chelsea won't get drawn out. Because they're not, they'll realise, okay, you want to play at the back, we'll just sit a couple of yards off you, and then you won't know what to do with it.
Yeah. M says, where can you watch it other than Sky Sports? Is that the only one? Why are they playing all the other matches on BBC or YouTube except for the Chelsea ones? So it's up to Sky Sports. They are picking Chelsea games because they know that a lot of people will want to watch Chelsea. So they'll pay for Sky Sports. That's basically the reason. They're always going to pick the biggest game of the weekend, Sky and BBC. So BBC took Arsenal Man United for this one. So Sky were waiting for the next big game, which is Chelsea Everton, you would say, because Chelsea are involved. So Chelsea will usually be the TV pick. So that is just sort of the way it rolls. Here is Everton in possession then. Ball goes forward from Hobson. Cut out by Bright though. Now Chelsea can look to make something of it. Nuskin, Cuthbert, Carnareed carrying it forwards. Has Lawrence wide. Can't pick her out with the pass. And Everton can look to play out now. Hope. Hobson. Under pressure. That's not come off and it's won back by Chelsea high up the field. Lawrence. Can't get that pass off though. Chelsea just need to calm down. Because if they start playing football, they will score goals tonight.
Yeah.
Just need a bit more composure. Ryan, how you doing today? I'm doing alright, Ryan. Formula 1 was fantastic earlier. Chelsea men's less so. But hopefully this game will be a win. Carnareed can't quite take it in her stride there. Just caught her unaware, I think.
I think Brosnan's poor positioning, actually, but Carnareed... Brosnan is miles out of her goal and she's not in the middle of it. She's come out of the goal. She's
gone too early anyway, to be fair.
But Brosnan's nowhere near the goal. And I think that throws off...
She catches it on her knee there.
Yeah. And I don't think Carnareed realised actually where she is.
By Chelsea, Nuskin can't keep it in though.
I think the fact Brosnan's so... I don't know why Brosnan is so far away from her goal. I think Carnareed doesn't realise where the goal actually is. So she kind of fires it in Brosnan's direction, who wasn't in her goal.
It looked like she was trying to bring it down, just couldn't quite manage it.
But Everton are just handing Chelsea chances here.
Yeah, it's not been a fantastic start to the game for the Toffees.
But they've got away with it, and that's sometimes what you need to do. But if they keep doing it, Chelsea won't let them get away with it.
Here's Millie Bright. Brighton. Back to Bright. Buchanan. Yichen Lee says, I keep getting confused by the colour of the shirts. Yeah. Oh, Chelsea in their white away strip tonight. Everton wearing their blue. As the home side, of course, they get precedence over that. I say white, it's more a cream, isn't it, the Chelsea away strip?
It's a nice Chelsea shirt, as we said.
Bright. Goes back now to Hannah Hampton. Bright again. Weird start to the game. Chelsea probably should have scored by now.
Yeah.
But equally, Everton haven't offered them any challenge. Nuskin, that is a bizarre mistake. And now Everton will look to come forwards. Hayashi carrying the ball. Tries to play it forwards, but Buchanan will cut that out before it becomes a dangerous situation.
Yeah, I think the other thing for Chelsea tonight as well is a clean sheet is probably paramount. I mean, 2 clean sheets from the first 4 games.
Baltimore plays it forward. Beaver Jones will take that in her stride. Wants to go around Finnegan. Good defending from Finnegan though. Sorry, Hobson. That goes out of play for a Chelsea throw. Not a bad start, to be fair.
No, but I do think that the clean sheet obviously the win is imperative for Chelsea. They'll also want a clean sheet, because they conceded at Arsenal, conceded 2 pretty sloppy goals at Tottenham as well. One was a bit dodgy and one was a free kick, but they still conceded 2. I think just looking defensively solid as well, because that Aston Villa game, Chelsea definitely could have conceded. So I think looking solid is also on the agenda for Chelsea.
Amano wins it high here, tries to skip past a player but can't. That's cleared away by Finnegan. But it is deemed a foul though, as Amano has grabbed I think it was Finnegan there she grabbed.
New look for Hermano, hoping she'll find a richer vein of form.
Slightly different trim.
I do like... Bompastor has shown a clear want to start Hermano in the majority of the games, especially with Lauren James's absence.
I was going to say, is it just more necessity?
Potentially, but...
Because with Kat still recovering from injury...
That's true.
I mean, I know they experiment with Guro Wrighton in attacking midfield, but then who's playing left wing? Because Baltimore's currently playing left back. But I like it. It's handing Hermano an opportunity to really impress, and she has done well with it.
She has done really well. Brilliant against Twente, brilliant against Tottenham. Yeah.
Scored the opener.
So yeah, definitely look sharp this season so far, Hermano.
Ball up in the air from Van Havermet. Buchanan will win the header. Cuthbert will compete. Now Van Havermet sends it forwards. Payne looking to take on Sandy Baltimore. Baltimore stands her up. Payne still coming inside though. Takes aim. Hard to tell whether that's a cross or a shot, but it goes out for a goal kick. Yeah.
Baltimore doesn't do well. Lets her cut inside too easily. And it's good from Payne, but the shot is... the shot's poor. It nearly goes out for
She might claim it's more of a cross after that shot.
Yeah.
Just catches it wrong.
Not what she was
Tries to curl it inside, ends up curling it away from goal.
Yeah.
Nuskin, Buchanan. Now Lawrence. Hermano, it's slightly out of her grasp, but she stretches and reaches it. Cuthbert. Now Sandy Baltimore. Just wanted to chest that down. Take it in her stride. Gives it to Guro Wrighton. Baltimore overlaps. Good marking though from Payne to get back in. So Chelsea will search for another route. Buchanan. Very direct pass in towards Viva Jones. It's not quite come off. Wrighton competes. Going to fall in there for Hope, who'll smash it long. And Chelsea will have the ball again. Everton have no intention to pass the ball tonight.
No.
It's just being hoofed.
That's the problem. They just can't get the forward players on the ball. Well, they've got a chance here now. Sloppy from Chelsea.
Yeah, trying to come forwards. Sari running out of room. Has managed to get around Sjokonusken there. Viatriki Sari plays it inside. Chance now, but that's cut out well by Aaron Cuthbert. And now Chelsea can look to play forwards. Karnarit tries to come inside. Good challenge from Hayashi. And that is not great from Hope. Ends up sending it off the pitch and out for a throw.
Yeah. An interesting first 10 or so minutes, to be honest. I think both sides not at the races yet. And it's a bit of a strange scenario. Neither side has really played extremely well, and that's the reason we're level here.
Yeah. Right. Everton not showing any indication of wanting to press Chelsea.
No.
You surprised to see Melissa Lawley not start for this Everton side? Is it Melissa Lawley that plays here? Yes.
Yeah, obviously joined in for a little in the summer. It's an interesting one. When you to be honest, I think every attacker for Everton has struggled to find the back of the net. I guess in that case, it's hard to pick one. Hard to pick three to play.
But Snoyce has started every game.
She has.
And Lawley's come off the bench twice, I think.
Yeah. Snoyce has struggled. Snoyce has really struggled.
Yeah, Ollison there. Bullied off the ball by Connery and out for a throw. Here's Bright. Sandy Baltimore. Now Bright again. Sjokonusken. Now Guro Wrighton. This is nice football. Goes wide into Sandy Baltimore. Baltimore wants to take on Hope here. Hope does well with the initial one. Baltimore then sent her off the field. Ball into the box over everyone though from Sandy Baltimore. Just over here. Lawrence will try and keep this move alive. Plays it back to Buchanan, who's come high here. Ball into the box. Beaver Jones meets it. Beaver Jones with a brilliant header, and it's Everton 0, Chelsea 1. Ball looped into the box by Kadisha Buchanan and nodded home by Aggie Beaver Jones. A really good header from Beaver Jones. Expressionless is Bompastor. They're flattered to impress as of yet, Chelsea, but they are 1-0 up in this game.
Yeah, slow start from both sides, but Chelsea find the back of the net. It's a really nice ball in from their centre-half. Buchanan just gets way too much time to swing that in, and it's a brilliant piece of movement from Beaver Jones. Gets in between the two centre-halves and nods it on into the far corner.
Yeah.
It's just brilliant.
It's good movement because it looks like she's going to go behind the defender.
Yeah.
She suddenly bursts in front of Hobson at the last moment.
It's a lovely ball and a great head-up, but it is made way too easy for Chelsea by the Everton defence.
Yeah.
No one gets near Buchanan to cross it in.
This is the problem with Everton not pressing, and they are so deep, is that Chelsea's centre-half, Kadisha Buchanan, can come that high up the field. Chelsea just overloading, because Everton just sat in their box, waiting for Chelsea to come onto them.
Yeah.
And the problem is when you set up immediately like that, you're just going to invite so much pressure onto yourselves. And while teams like Arsenal might squander those opportunities, Chelsea won't. Here's with Kadisha Buchanan. Hampton. Just going to lift that out wide. Baltimore unable to keep that in though.
I think Hannah Hampton's struggled with distribution this season. I think it's
Such a good header from Beaver Jones.
I know every goalkeeper's not going to nail every pass, but I don't know, it seems to be a bit of a consistent theme at the moment. In every game. Just not getting that range of passing right. And Hampton's got to get that right because, to be honest, that's probably the only reason she's ahead of Musovic at the moment. Is because her ball playing abilities is far better. But shot stopping wise, Musovic is up there.
Here's Beaver Jones. We'll slide that towards Gura right, and Brighton puts the ball into the box. It's an easy claim.
Yeah,
Courtney
good play. Guro's got to realise that the player in the penalty area who you're going to be crossing the ball into was the person who was out wide. So there was no one to cross into there. Wrong decision that from Gura.
Yeah. Could have just held on to that ball.
Yeah.
A bit longer, waiting for options to arrive. Or try to take it towards guard herself. Poor pass out, and Chelsea win it high. Buchanan, Cuthbert takes on a few players. Now trying to poke it wide. Doesn't quite come off. Does win it back. Everton will come away with the possession. Payne, though, doesn't believe in herself there. Goes backwards. But now they can come forwards, Everton. Payne. Forced back. They're trying to play out. There's just no space in that midfield. Hayashi. Goes back to Finnegan. Everton looking to come forward. Sari finds Ollison. Ollison goes wider still into Payne. So it does look like a 3-4-3 today for Everton. Quite interesting to see certain players dropping into positions you wouldn't expect them. Hayashi dropping into left centre half at times.
Bizarre that one though. I find that one weird.
Yeah.
I mean, look, just Aggie. The average positions for Chelsea are extremely high. Only 2 players are in their half, and that's the centre halves.
Yeah.
And
when you see it here, everyone is sat in the Everton half.
Yeah.
Bar Kadisha Buchanan and Millie Bright.
Aggie Lever-Jones is very nearly in the Everton penalty area. Chelsea are so high onto Everton. And obviously, on the flip side, Everton are so deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's up for Chelsea. Buchanan and Bright are just playing their own little game.
Here is Carnereed, who's going to carry that ball forwards. Tries to play that through the lines. Lawrence not alive to it. So I'll roll through to Brosnan.
It's been a tough watch from an Everton point of view for the first 17 minutes.
Yeah. So when they've got the ball, they're split in centre halves. Van Havermet's going into midfield. I'm trying to work out what they're doing. Brosnan.
Because everyone's just ran off. That's the problem. Everton got 2 centre halves, and that is it. Because the fullbacks have gone on, and Van Havermet she's kind of have to come out wide here.
So you'll see Van Havermet or Hayashi sort of drop in to be a centre half at times to receive the ball. Don't know who's playing right wing back. We're not seeing him.
No.
Gibson tries to play
sloppy.
out. It's not great. Sorry, Hobson, not Gibson. Ball into the box. It's not a great delivery again from Chelsea.
No.
That bounced out for a goal kick. Isled One says, I'm a citizen, but that kick was truly hideous indeed. the City shirt today?
Yeah.
Are they in that yellow and green one?
Yeah, these yellow and black like stripes.
That's it.
Yeah, that is bad. It is bad. Definitely not up there. But yeah, it's been 6 from 6 for Chelsea and Bompastor, and with nearly 20 minutes played, it looks like it could be 7 from 7. Long way to go, but Everton with a lot of work to do.
Brosnan sends it up. Baltimore will win that, but there is deemed to be a pull in there, so an Everton free kick. But yeah, someone getting in front of it, so referee ordering a few players to step back from the free kick being taken. Now they will try and play some football. Finnegan. This is better than what we've seen from Everton. They're clearly working on it, but so it looks more like Viatricky Sari is playing as the left wing back and Payne is playing as the left winger. I hope supposed to be playing as the right wing back, but I've not really seen her in that position. Connery coming forward to the ball, manages to win herself a throw. Throws it back to Lawrence. Hampton. Bright. Goes out wide to Sandy Baltimore. That ball goes down the line. Wrighton. Baltimore. Cuthbert. Now Bright. Hampton. Tries to lift it out, and again it's just not great distribution. Not sure who she's trying to find. It almost got picked off by a forward in there.
Yeah.
I think it was Payne. Yeah, it's just, I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. It's a bizarre thing to...
Out of nowhere, Chelsea just can't take control of that. And then Hampton now twice, poor bits of distribution.
I think Chelsea have probably started this game the same way they've started quite a few games this season. Just a little bit slow. But Everton are kind of playing their way out of it in terms of Chelsea aren't playing very well, but Everton's performance means that Chelsea are kind of playing well. It's weird.
Hobson, Hayashi, back to Brosnan.
Thing is, Chelsea aren't really doing anything wrong or right. Everton aren't playing very well, so you've kind of got this weird. It's not a great quality so far in the first 20 minutes, but Chelsea are winning.
And it's one back here by Chelsea. Hamano wants to play that in towards Beaver Jones. Brosnan cook off her line. Reacts and scoops it up. Nice idea though from Chelsea. It's a nice pass.
Really sharp again.
From Hamano in there.
Everton losing the ball hard at the pitch. Right idea. Sharp from Brosnan.
Got there.
Does very, very well. Thought Beaver Jones was going to get there. But good reactions that from the keeper. Gets to the ball before
Brosnan plays it out. That's a really nice turn in there from Snice, who dropped in to get the ball. Sari. And she ends up there taking it off herself. I've no idea they've given that as an Everton throw, because that was a turn that went wrong for Viatricky Sari, and the referee thinks that's, or the liners think that's come off Connery. It hasn't. Either way, Everton throw. Here's Hayashi. Now Finnegan. Brosnan. It's just so slow. Finnegan. Now Sari. Poor passing from Everton. And that is out now for a Chelsea throw. It feels like if Chelsea start putting their foot on the gas, they will score a few tonight. It's
a really hard game to understand, because neither side, it's really difficult when in a game when neither side is playing very well.
Chelsea aren't into gear yet. They've got a few gears to go up. They've got to go through the motions a bit. And Everton don't have a gearbox.
Everton just don't have the quality to take advantage of Chelsea's sloppiness. So it's like Chelsea are being a little bit sloppy, but they're getting away with it.
Baltimore, Bright, Nusken. Now Hampton. It's another really poor bit of distribution from Hannah Hampton.
Yeah.
Almost feels like the reason it is because Chelsea are so high. So when it goes back to Hampton, she's having to try these really over-hit passes.
Because she's not kicking for the 6-yard box.
She's not getting it far enough, instead she's getting it too wide. Yeah. But she's not finding anyone.
She's kicking from the edge of her area, practically.
It's nice holding on to that ball. Lose possession, but it is out for an Everton throw. Nusken's won that high, and here come Chelsea. Hermano has Guro making the run, uses Guro. It wasn't a great pass. Guro will have to try and make it work for her and couldn't. And that's gone out for a Chelsea corner. Everton should have dealt with that bouncing ball, but didn't.
Yeah, pass from Hermano just not good enough, really.
She needs to be in front of Guro a bit more. She lays this in front of her. Guro sort of has to slow down to receive it, and that just gives time for Hobson to keep up. And that ball just seems to speed up, actually, as Hope chased it down. Not a bad start for Hobson, though. Young player, first start for the Toffees, up against this Chelsea side. Can't say she's done too badly. So a ball in then from Hermano. It's not a great corner bit of Wilmy Buchanan at the back post, who just puts it over the bar.
Probably should have scored, or at least found the target, Kadisha Buchanan. Great ball in, gets the wrong side of her opposing player, and realistically should find the back of the net.
I think it came off her knee.
Yeah, it's a brilliant run. Buchanan involved in all the attacking areas for Chelsea.
Not an area of the pitch we are used to seeing Kadisha Buchanan be involved in, heavily, but she is this evening.
Yeah. Really good stuff so far from Buchanan. We had 25 minutes played. Chelsea do lead, but apart from that, not much to write home about.
Ollison. Sari. Plays it forward. Snoyce holds it up. Loses it quickly though, and Lawrence now will carry it forwards. Hermano, nice turn. Can she pick out a pass? Finds Carnered. What can the Swede make happen? Wants to take on Sari. Sari stands her ground though. We'll go back now to Sjoka Nusken. Nusken ball in. Will be met by Beaver Jones. Sent goalwards, but not convincingly. An easy claim for Courtney Brosnan.
Yeah, he didn't catch it cleanly. Did Beaver Jones, and kind of ended up knocking it back to Brosnan and everything. But a lovely ball in from Sjoka Nusken. Yeah, just end up again. Catches it with her knee. Doesn't give Beaver Jones, and kind of knees it into the arms of the Everton keeper.
Brosnan. Hobson. One heart of the pitch again by Chelsea. Chelsea throw in now. That's Hobson won it back, but sort of. Throw in to Cuthbert. Unconvincing pass back to Baltimore, which has got away with it. Bright. Now Hampton. Buchanan again. Hampton to Bright. Pass into Wright, and Wright tries to flick, doesn't quite come off, wins the ball back, given as a foul though against Guro Wrighton. Everton free kick.
Yeah, not sure as much in that one. Looked like 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah, no, it just looked like Hope just sort of ran at her, and when Guro fell over to try and scoot the ball away, she just sort of ran over Guro and fell over. But she is going to be the one to whip this ball into the box then. And it's put in there. Headed away though by Chelsea. I know it's an Everton flick on in there. Believe from Van Havermate. And out now for a goal kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a convincing header.
No. Never going to flick that goalwards. Delivery just a little bit too shallow, that. You want it to go deeper to where all the players were. Drop short. Van Havermate had to run to meet it.
An injury now for Courtney Brosnan. Half an hour in, down receiving some treatment.
Rare to see a goal kicker at the opposite end of the action go down.
Let's just give Bompastor a chance. They talk to our players. Try and get them to kick on a bit here, because it's a game that Chelsea really should have Everton, killed off by this point. They scored that early goal. Beaver Jones on 14 minutes. You felt they could have had another couple before then, and they should have had another couple since. So it's just one of those where Chelsea haven't really imposed their superiority yet.
No.
And I think Bompastor will be keen to do that, because I think you could rightfully argue they've been slow to start in a lot of games this season and then come back later in the match.
Yeah.
But if they can start earlier...
I mean, Guro and Aggie are cracking jokes, so I'm not too sure as to what's going on.
Chen says it's kind of like the game of Palace. Yeah, Chelsea just started kind of slow, weren't that bothered, and then in the second half as Palace tired and the space opened up and they stopped coming forwards, Chelsea just put more and more pressure on, ramped it up, threw on attackers and scored a load of goals.
Yeah, it's been only half an hour through.
For me, that could be the key difference though is that Chelsea are pacing teams like these because they are in control for most of the first half, and in the second half they really turn that control into dominance. Whereas City today against Crystal Palace, they only got one in the first half, and in the second half they only got another two. They only won 3-0. They've not drubbed anyone City this season.
Tottenham at home next week though could be...
It's an opportunity based on how they
play. It
play.
is an opportunity, yeah.
Manchester United, Aston Villa as well next weekend, and I believe Chelsea play Liverpool.
Yes.
It'll be an interesting test. Ashley Lawrence turns, manages to win a throw. I think Chelsea have been on TV every game this season.
Yeah, so far.
They've been one of the two broadcast picks. Just think back to a comment earlier saying Chelsea have been on Sky pretty much every week.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 of their 4 have been on Sky, 1 was on BBC. This one's on Sky, next week's on BBC. It's expected though, isn't it?
After that, it's City, isn't it?
Yeah, the champions are always going to be the ones to watch.
Indeed. Didn't like he left the pitch before that was picked up for a throw there by Payne, but no one questions it. And then Tony Payne, the box, tries to make something work and can't. Bright finds Wrighton. Wrighton now spreading the pitch, finds Joanna Wrighton. Carnereid has a pass behind Nuska. Nuska makes a good tackle to keep it in the possession of Chelsea. Cuthbert to Bright. Bright down the line into Sandy Baltimore. Hermano, Baltimore, Cuthbert. Looks to switch the focus of this attack, going from left to right. Lawrence's touch isn't great, under pressure now from Payne, but a nice turn. Now look to come forwards. It goes backwards. Bright. Cuthbert. Bright again. Now again, a switch of the play, finding Carnery, gets under our control nicely. Now picks out Sioka Nuskin. Nuskin tries to play it inside. It's going to fall for Hermano. Hermano's shot is blocked. Everton live to fight on. As that is cleared away, Keisha Buchanan will saunter over and collect it. Hampton. Just been one of those games.
Yeah.
Where Everton aren't getting anything going. Chelsea.
I mean, Brighton Buchanan's pass stats must be through the roof.
Yeah.
Because those two have had so much possession, it's unbelievable.
It's only 61% of the ball so far for Chelsea.
Yeah. I mean, that's incredible. It's just been...
Buchanan already with 26 passes, Bright with 37.
And again, they're coming forwards.
Carnereid, ball in, just in front of everyone there, really. Headed away by Everton. Now they look to brace. Noyce can't get that under control, though. Bright carries it forwards, tries to find Hermano. She's a bit behind her again. Chelsea's sloppy.
Yeah. I mean, 7 shots, 3 on target, 1-0 up and 60% possession. It looks like a decent performance.
It just feels like with how poor Everton have started this game, they should have capitalised.
See, that's the thing. I don't personally think Chelsea have created those 7 shots. I think they've been handed the majority of them.
Baltimore. Well, the goal they scored, they created themselves.
They did.
They had a flurry of chances right at the start. I think the shot stats are a bit misleading there.
Yeah.
Flurry of chances right at the start, which they squandered all of, because everything just kept giving the ball away. Chelsea just couldn't take advantage of that, though. Baltimore wriggles out of that tight space well. Chelsea coming forward. It's a nice link up between Guro and Aguilar Jones. Hermano spreads the play to Writing. Carnegie just couldn't quite keep that in her control, but she has managed to win a corner.
Yeah, good move from Chelsea. Probably their best move of the game.
Yeah, Carnegie hasn't looked sharp, Joanna Writing. Carnegie just a few times now where that touch just isn't quite on. Just overhit passes from a lot of Chelsea players, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
quite
Carnegie dancing around players before the international break has just looked a little slow to start this game, alongside most of the Chelsea team.
Yeah. Guro whips it in there, headed away. It's going to fall for Cuthbert, blocked off the line. Nuskan tries to react. Can't. Buchanan heads it back in there. Still not dealt with by Everton. Now it's cleared away.
Huge block.
Off the line there to deny Aaron Cuthbert from scoring. I think it was Finnegan. That last line of defence.
Cuthbert had done so well, ran onto it, you're looking to find the bottom
This
corner.
is nice football. Beaver Jones tries to come forward. She's won herself a corner.
Yeah, corner came in. Just fell really nicely, Farron Cuthbert.
Van Havermet there, just in front of goal, making that crucial block. And just couldn't quite react.
Definitely going in. Needed that intervention. Another corner for the Blues.
Ball in from Hermano. Bright will flick it on. Headed towards goal. Just wide though. From Sioka Nuskan.
Looked like it was going to head in. Just wide. Not a bad move. Bright as well. Peels away. Flicks it on. And it more hits Nuskan on the head. Rather than Nuskan actually heading it goalwards. Does well though to glance it in the area of the goal.
Oh, was that scrape the post there?
Yeah.
Brosnan. Baltimore. Wins it high. Guro into Cuthbert. Looks to switch the play. Crucial tackle in there. Interception, from Sari. One high here by Chelsea. Here comes Carnegie. Nuscombe. Lawrence. Chance of being forced back a little here. Cuthbert. Here's Millie Bright. Goes wide into Sandy Baltimore. Hermano. Baltimore. Tries to take on the fullback and does so. Guro Wrighton, that's blocked. And Everton get away with another one in there.
Huge block. Better from Chelsea though. Another really nice move.
Play. Sari's going to send that up the line. There's no one there to try and receive it.
Playing some really nice stuff down that left hand side. Linking up Baltimore and Guro. Wrighton just picks the ball up. And a crucial block in there from Hobson. If not, that was another shot heading goalwards. Chelsea, since that break in play for Brosnan's injury about 7 minutes ago, Chelsea look much sharper.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, when Sonia Bompastor has a chat with you, you seem to wake up a little bit.
Hampton sends it long, knocked down by Everton. That comes off Baltimore and out for an Everton throw. Yeah, we've got 8 minutes plus additional time in this first half then. A reminder, if you are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are closing in now on 2,000 subscribers, only 120 to go. So if you are new and haven't hit subscribe, make sure to do so. Everton in possession. Hayashi being forced into this corner by Wrighton. Hermano comes over to assist. Wrighton comes away with the ball. Beaver Jones, Cuthbert. That's a poor pass inside. It's behind Carnegie. It's just cleared away by Everton to Millie Bright, who lies in wait Cuthbert. Buchanan. Nuskin. Lawrence. Falls to the edge of the area. And that's cleared away and out for a throw.
Yeah, just fell into the space there. Didn't end up falling to a Chelsea shirt.
Buchanan.
Everton's starting to struggle.
Millie Bright. Now just to find Sjoka Nuskin. Right, and can't get it under her control. That goes back to Brosnan. Bit nervy there.
I mean, problems.
Bright just get under her control. That was sloppy. Chelsea held on to it though. Hampton. Buchanan. Hampton. Now Bright. Cuthbert. Back to Millie Bright.
You feel Everton are just surviving at the moment.
Cuthbert. Hermano. There's a foul in there from Payne. Chelsea free kick.
Trying for Guro to her laces. But yeah, 5 minutes to go to the half. Chelsea will want a second. Puts them in a little bit more control, gives them a little more breathing space. But yes, one of those. And seemingly Guro can't do her own laces, so Millie Bright's now doing them for her.
Had it earlier where Clinton couldn't do it. Well, sorry, Clinton has to do her laces up and everyone has to wait for it.
This is not on my bingo card for tonight.
Watching Millie Bright do Guro Wright's laces.
I think actually trying to undo them is the issue.
Oh yeah. There we go.
The ref has stopped the watch. What a bizarre reason to have it to stop a football game.
Well, we might have quite a bit of additional time in this first half because Brosnan was down for
There
a bit.
we
Now
go.
Guro Wright's got to do her laces for a solid minute. Tottenham start this first half.
Yeah.
Buchanan. Hermano. It just feels like Chelsea haven't found their rhythm yet.
No.
They just haven't dominated this game in the way they should have, really. And while that may change in the second half, it's another game where we just go, well, they've just not looked...
And if Everton had scored more than
Brilliant.
one goal this season, I might say that Chelsea might go on to
They haven't
rue
scored
that.
a goal. Kamir Say scored a goal for them, sorry.
Just one of those. I wouldn't be surprised if it ended 1-0. Obviously, Chelsea could get a kick up the rear second half, but yeah, I think we'll go into half time 1-0. But
yeah. Mike Down says, who is that player on the wall? It's killing me that I cannot put a name to the portrait. That is Johan Cruyff. We've also got a print that you can see just in that corner of Messi and Ronaldo. But the face is Johan Cruyff, yeah. The greatest, in my opinion, to ever do it. But yeah. We think of changing the decor a bit. Going WSL based. Maybe get Martha on the wall as well. Ball into the box. Guro Wrighton brings it down. Takes aim into the side netting.
What was in?
Everton 0. Chelsea 1. It remains. But Guro coming close.
What a touch. Great running from
Just
Nuskin.
so hard to pick her out. In
Touch from Guro is brilliant. The shot, not too far
just
away.
takes her a little wide. It's a tough one,
Yeah.
tough angle to finish from that. Finnegan does well to narrow it for her.
Not a bad effort. Shakes the net, but not across the goal line. 3 minutes then until the interval. Very much undecided this game, although that is poor and Cuthbert's won it back on the edge.
Can she take it? Can she score? She does. Erin Cuthbert scores. Everton 0, Chelsea 2. Erin Cuthbert slotting it home and her and Carneries engaging in celebration. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it meant. But it was enjoyable to watch. Everton 0, Chelsea 2.
Everton, once again, the masters of their own downfall. Trying to play out the back. Hold on to it for way too long. Cuthbert wins the ball back. Cuthbert finishes. And it is way too easy. Just too sloppy. Way too sloppy.
Yeah. Cuthbert just muscles her off the ball. Slots it away. I
Finds
mean,
one corner.
they just look...
Yeah.
No idea what they're doing in there. Sorry. Can't be doing that in the penalty area. Gets shrugged off too easy. Hobson's chasing her tail in the box.
Yeah.
I mean, here, just try and get in front of her. She's spinning around.
I think it's Cuthbert's going to go left.
Such a good finish from Aaron Cuthbert.
It's a brilliant finish. Chelsea now in control of this game. But another poor showing from Everton. Come Chelsea again.
Reed does so well to come inside there. I mean, she sent Van Haven out. No, there was a player behind her, though, that prevented her from getting shot away. Hermano into the box now. Gura right and takes aim. It's just wide. Chelsea now, though, starting to find that rhythm.
Chelsea finding a flow, and Everton are looking very
vulnerable,
slow.
Very vulnerable. And Chelsea, with half-time beckoning here, starting to get into their rhythm. Mike says, I had Johan Cruyff. Did not think it was Himmler. Yes, that is Johan Cruyff. Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be a welcome half-time break for Everton. I really do.
I think there won't be a welcome break until it is the final break of the game, a full-time whistle. It's not to call a game early because anything can happen in football, but they've just not offered Chelsea a challenge yet today.
No.
Huge difference in quality out there. Baltimore plays it inside. Cuthbert takes it in her stride wonderfully. Now it's with Aggie Beaver-Jones. Beaver-Jones overhit pass, but Carnery will keep it alive here. Up against Sari. A pass inside to Nusken. Nusken puts it into the box towards back post. Wrighton will meet it and it's in. Brilliant finish from Guro Wrighton. And as the half-time beckons, Chelsea find a third. Brilliant ball in from Sjoka Nusken. And well, Guro has no right to score from this angle, but she does so anyway. And it's Everton 0, Chelsea 3. Brilliant from Guro. Brilliant from the Blues. Everton in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, an absolute collapse from Everton towards the end of this half. It is a superb ball in from Shokanuskan. And, I mean, Guro Wrighton does absolutely brilliantly to get on the end of it.
Puts it in towards Brosnan. Just doesn't deal with it at all. I don't think she's expecting it to come towards her.
No.
Dear God.
Flicks it goalwards. Really sharp from Chelsea. They've turned it on in the last couple of minutes and they're starting to run riot. And Everton, I said this in the other games, Tottenham were blown away by Chelsea in the last half an hour. Palace were blown away from Chelsea in the last 45. And in the last 5 minutes of this half, Everton have been blown out of the water by Chelsea yet again.
Here is Carnery. Tries to put it into the box and can't. It's passed straight back to her, though, by Everton. Aggie Beaver-Jones. That's not quite come off, and that for Chelsea now. Everton will look to break. It's a poor pass out. Buchanan can keep this alive, though. Lawrence puts it in there. No one able to meet it for Chelsea. Here's Cuthbert, though. They've still got time in this half, it feels, which is insane. Sondi Baltimore wants to take on Hope. Now to Guro Wrighton, looking for a hat-trick already, and it's blocked, not a hat-trick.
No.
Looking for a second already.
But yeah, Everton in all kinds of trouble. Chelsea are looking rampant towards the end of this first half, and I mean, I think Everton will be happy to get it 3-0 down at this point. Huge block in there from Hobson to deny Wrighton. But a corner now for the Blues, looking for their fourth of the game.
Indeed. Hermano puts it in there. Bright won't be able to meet it. And Everton should get this clear. Too slow though, Hayashi. And Bright comes over and wins it. Wrighton tries to put it in there. Another corner for Chelsea. Mike says was the same foot that Millie Bright redone Guro's laces magic dust. Maybe so. That Millie Bright touch.
Yeah.
Right, says Blues refusing to have a nail-biting goal difference problem this season. Yeah. If they just pace everyone, they'll be alright.
Yeah.
That's the 18th goal of the league. They've played 5 matches.
And there's still 45 minutes left here.
They are well on course to average 4 goals a game at this rate. Ball in. I know that almost bounced through to the goal, past the goalkeeper, but Brosnan alert to that one.
And rightfully so, it's going to take at a time.
But yeah, Chelsea have played a game less than Manchester City, yet find themselves only a point behind, having scored 6 goals more and conceded 1 less.
Wow.
It's been an incredible season for Chelsea already. Such a strong start to the campaign. Nusken knocks it wide into Ashley Lawrence. That's a ball in behind towards Carnareed. Has to wait for it to come to her. Cuts inside past Sari. Nusken holds on to it. Hayashi wins it back though. And that is half time. Everton 0, Chelsea 3. An emphatic start for the Blues. They started slightly slow, but as that half time beckons, they managed to find 2 goals on the stroke of half time that sees them lead 3-0 going into the break. And well, it puts serious doubt as to whether Everton could offer any sort of comeback, any sort of response in the second half. It's been a weird one for game so far. Chelsea were handed opportunities in the opening few minutes. They couldn't take them as the half drew on though. They managed to create more opportunities of their own, and they finally managed to take some. Aaron Cuthbert scoring and Guro Wrighton scoring. I think the biggest surprise was probably the lack of involvement for Joanna Wrighton-Carnareed.
It is.
Got a couple. I mean, obviously she got the pre-assist for the Wrighton goal, but yeah.
The problem is, it's hard to judge because for 40 minutes, both sides looked really poor. And then with 5 minutes left in that half, Chelsea came out of nowhere. And Everton couldn't handle it. And to be honest, it went from 1-0 being a really sloppy game to being 3-0 Chelsea, and now they're in cruise control. And it could have been more than 3, to be honest. It looked like it could have got 4 or 5 towards the end there. But a complete collapse by Everton at the end of the half means that Chelsea are in a beautiful position now. And I don't know where it came from. I really don't. Chelsea didn't look very good. Suddenly something changed. A switch was flicked, and wow, the players kind of like just spurred into life and looked incredible in those last 5 minutes and have taken Everton out of the game, really, as you say. Carnareed not really involved, and that is a surprise, but there's still a long way to go. And Carnareed not involved, but Wrighton's been brilliant. Aggie Beaver-Jones has looked really sharp. Hermano's looked tidy once again, and a rare Erin Cuthbert goal, but a brilliant finish at that. So
yeah,
a crazy 5 minutes at the end there has kind of made the half look a lot more convincing and a lot better for Chelsea than it actually was.
I don't think it was unconvincing. Everton just didn't do anything. Genuinely did nothing. They kept they get the ball, and there was a couple of times where they'd have a nice bit of combination play, and then it would sort of fizzle out. But a lot of the time they were just getting the ball and clearing it as far as they possibly could. And then Chelsea would recycle it and then move it around, and they just wouldn't get that final ball, or that final pass just wouldn't quite come off, or they'd overplay it, something like that. At the end of the half there, they're just starting to get it right. And the problem is Everton just are facilitating Chelsea by sitting so deep, by refusing to do anything with the ball, because they don't have anything to do with the ball. Yeah. When they try and play out, they lose it. When they try and go long, they lose it. There's been a couple of times they've been able to find a bit of space in wide areas, but there's no consistent route for them to play out of. There's no consistent space. They just don't look confident in what they're doing. No.
And it's worrying. It's really worrying because, I mean, as a manager, with 5 minutes to go at half time, you're only 1-0 down to a formidable Chelsea side, and you're planning what you're going to say, and then 5 minutes later, your side has been taken out of the game completely. That's just not good enough. As a team, you concede that a sloppy second goal through another individual error from Sari. You just shut up shops. For 5 minutes, you just sit deep, you turn over the ball, and you don't let the other team in. The opposite for Everton, and to be honest, they're probably lucky they only conceded one more after that. They could have realistically conceded 2 or 3 in those last 2 or 3 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and if Chelsea continue their theme of just pacing teams in the second half, this could get really ugly. Because they're already 3-0 up, and they show no signs of stopping, really. And yeah, it's just been one of those. Johnson's massive goal between the sides, going to need a good Everton half-time team talk to keep the score down in the second half. Yi Chen saying, hope Jojo could come back to the God mode before the international break to save my messy fantasy WSL. Yeah, mate, I could do with her doing well as well. I need some... I've had a good game week, to be fair. I've climbed from 209th to now 52nd overall. So a really positive game week once again. I've been doing very well recently. Just need a Carnareed goal or 2 just to really boost that rank a bit. Obviously, a lot of people have benefited from the Chelsea goals already. You know, a lot of people will have Guro Wrighton. A lot of people will have Kadisha Buchanan, potentially, who's obviously got an assist now. Sioka Nuskin, who's got an assist. So a lot of different players have already contributed. Brighton's sort of the only one. Sorry, Kana is the only one who a lot of it will have that hasn't really contributed yet. So equally, I think she's the third most captained player this game week.
Yeah.
So as someone who hasn't captained her, it could also be to my detriment for her to score. But yeah, it's been an interesting one for Chelsea. She feels like kind of hasn't really been involved. Safar says, I've seen Liga F teams play better against Barcelona than what Everton is doing right now. Very few Liga F teams can play this well.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, it's really hard because Everton just seem to just fall away.
They just don't have any quality at the moment.
No.
I just don't know what happened over the summer.
And yeah, that's the problem. It's not... They haven't got the tools, really, in terms of the personnel play to compete.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they lost anyone huge, did they? I mean, Piemonte went, I guess, and Benison.
I think it helped
quite a few. Aurora Ghali, obviously out injured now as well, was a huge loss. Someone else they lost, I think.
It's one of those where, now Bristol City aren't here and you've got Crystal Palace who are competing. It's worrying for Everton because at least West Ham can find the back of the net.
Yeah.
Everton just haven't threatened anyone. Chelsea even though Chelsea weren't playing very well, they still look really comfortable.
Yeah, they just fold so easily.
Yeah. I mean, the second and the third goals are just so avoidable. So avoidable. The second one especially. And then the fact that Nuskin is allowed to spin in the penalty area, cross it into the far post, where Gura Wrighton she's done brilliantly to get there, but someone just cut it out. Someone's just got to sort it out in there for Everton. I think this Everton side lacks a lot of organisation. I mean, 5 errors leading to goals is shocking.
Yeah, not a single team even touches that, even has half of that. 5 errors leading to goals, next highest is Palace with 2, and there's 4 teams with 1.
That is absolutely criminal.
Yeah.
You will get relegated like that. Because that is the proof in the pudding that the players are simply costing them. Yeah. It's just inexcusable, really. And Everton are in massive trouble. Massive trouble. But maybe they can rally at the end of the season, winter break, get some signings in January. But the season is starting to take shape now, and Everton are not looking in a good position.
No, and that's what we've been saying for a while now, is that, I thought that draw against West Ham was quite fortunate, and without that, they'd currently be sat on 1 point, bottom of the league, with Villa being second bottom on 2, and we expect Villa would rise, and then you'd have Palace and West Ham on 4, and obviously it hasn't quite panned out that way, but it's very difficult. The difference is it's very difficult to envision Everton winning anytime soon, whereas West Ham, you could see them nicking something against someone like Leicester or Brighton, maybe on a good day, or maybe they've got Palace coming up as well. But then Palace, you think they could also win games. I just don't see Everton beat.
And they got a point against Arsenal, but that Arsenal side was probably one of the worst Arsenal sides we've seen in the last couple of years.
John says, agree, the last 2 goals were poor individual errors. Anyone playing at this level should be doing better. I've got no idea what Via Trikisari was trying to do there.
No.
Trying to dribble out of your own penalty area when you're 1-0 down, but you've been fairly solid for a bit against a really difficult opponent. That was clumsy.
Yeah. Really clumsy. Either you have to...
Third goal isn't down to an individual error.
That's just team error. Just someone put you... But the thing is that there's 2 things you can do against bigger sides. You either let them cross the ball in because you'll beat them in the air, or you stop the crosses early outdoors. Now, we've seen Villa did it very well at Chelsea. They let Chelsea have the ball out wide. Then when the ball came in, they had Patton, they had players in there who would get their head on it, they'd clear the ball, and Villa would go. For Everton, they're not doing either, because they're not getting out to stop the crosses, but they're not heading them away. You've got to make a decision. Either you block the cross and stop the attack there, or you let the ball come in, let Chelsea have the ball out wide, and then as soon as that enters your penalty area, you deny the ball and it's gone. And they're not doing either, and that is costing them massively.
You think? I mean, they're playing a back. They've played a back 4 today. Maybe go back 5. Just try and stop that ball coming into the box. I don't know what to suggest for Everton right now. They're not holding the ball up front particularly well. They're not stopping the ball into the box particularly well. They're not then getting rid of the ball once it's in the box. They can't really play out. The midfield's getting dominated. They just can't get anywhere near Chelsea.
No.
It's a real problem.
Yeah. So if Chelsea play like if Chelsea in the second half play like they did in the last 5 minutes of that first half, it is going to be a very difficult,
an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to keep mowing down Everton. They're going to keep getting opportunities.
Everton, they're just miles off it. They're absolutely miles off it. But
John says, the Everton defender marking Wrighton runs the opposite way as the cross comes in. That's an individual error to me.
Well, you just got to... Someone stopped the cross. Nuskin was facing backwards.
That was a weird chance, though, to be fair. I think they'd expect her not to get there.
Yeah, Gouros don't want to get on goal, but the main bit for me was the fact that Nuskin is facing away from goal. She is allowed to pivot, turn, and still cross the ball in, and no one's got near her. That's the bit that's poor from me. Is how can you let a player who's got her back to goal do a 180, cross it on her weak foot? Bloody good cross, by the way. But that's besides the point. You've got to stop that coming in. But yeah, it's just... And Guro does well. The Guro part can't fault. The fact she got there and stuck it goalwards is phenomenal. But it's the initial bit to let the ball in that just can't happen. Same with the Beaver Jones goal. I don't think they did much wrong with Beaver Jones scoring the header. It was the fact that Buchanan had so much time to put the ball into the box. It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's two crosses and being dispossessed in your own penalty area that have cost them 3 goals.
Kadisha Buchanan, Chelsea should never be in a position where they are so secure that Kadisha Buchanan can walk to the point where she's practically on the edge of the area.
Yeah.
And Chelsea are so secure that they're just like, well, yeah, we'll be fine with just Bright back.
Yeah.
Because we'll be able to deal with that. That is an insane situation. And I get they want to sit deep and compact, but narrow and compact, but they are way too deep, Evan. They're just inviting Chelsea to come onto them constantly. And then once, like, it's okay. I guess you can do that if you're going to head literally everything out of the box, but they're not.
Yeah.
And when they get the ball down, they're trying to play out from the back and they're losing the ball. It's just a weird mismatch of styles. It just feels like they don't grasp what they're doing at the moment.
No.
There's just too much going on for Everton and they're just... It's just not working.
I think Sorensen, he doesn't know what to do. They're trying so many different things tactically. They've tried to sit in their 5 back that we saw last season and defend. They've tried to go 4 back and play out the back. They've tried to go long. They've tried so many different things this season in the first 6 games. Nothing's worked.
Yeah, and I think that playing out from the back will work against other teams that aren't Chelsea because their press won't be as effective, and you can see therefore why Everton might be able to move the ball through the lines. And against a team like Chelsea, you'd like to be able to just send that ball long and then try and get a knockdown and see what you win from it. The problem is you are up against Millie Bright, and Katja Snoyce has not won a header yet.
No.
And she won't win a header because she's up against Millie Bright. So I just don't see what they do. Ian Davis says, Nuskin is so good. She almost scored with a similar move on the opposite touchline last game. Yeah, I've been really impressed. I've always been really impressed with Sioka Nuskin. I think that her movement is phenomenal. I think she's an incredible passer. I love her. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant footballer. So, yeah, I mean, Chelsea's squad is stacked with brilliant footballers. We get a nice little look at the tactics here. They're using I recognise that notepad.
Vika Captain. The main thing for us is
a similar one to one,
that Vika Captain is coming on for Chelsea.
Vika Captain coming on.
That's what Sonia would have wanted, though. Get into a comfortable position, then they can rotate. And I guess that is for Erin Cuthbert. Erin Cuthbert, 45 minutes, scored a goal, get her off. Could be for Nuskin.
Then Nuskin's... Cuthbert's not played a whole lot.
She hasn't.
I know I think she has some injuries.
No one has, to be honest. But I think that's what Bompastor wants to do, is rotate players now so that they're fresh at the end of the season.
I'd rather rotate Nuskin, who's played like loads.
Yeah, that is true.
I'd rather give her a bit of a rotation. We'll get Cuthbert off later anday when
it might be
they decide to put, like, I don't know, Ramirez in there.
Jean-Francois, you could put there.
That's more likely. There's been so many games this season where Chelsea have just been throwing more and more attackers on.
It's incredible.
Binning off the midfield.
But it works.
Because they're defensive players. Their centre-halves are practically playing central midfield. So you might as well put a load of attackers on and go and sit in the front line.
Also a change for Everton as well.
I mean, they had to change something, didn't they?
Yeah, a change each at half time then. It is
number 11 for Everton.
So Cuthbert is still on there, so I think it will be Nuskin. No, Nuskin's also still there.
So that is Emma Bissell on up front.
The next question is, who is Vika Captain come on for?
That looks like
Hermano.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mika Hermano taken off, and we are back underway in this game. Chelsea will get us started. Now be looking to really impose their superiority. And that is, again, another misplaced pass by Hannah Hampton. Can't quite find Sondi Baltimore out there.
That captain for Hermano one's interesting. Guessing it's injury related. Although, to be fair, Hermano's played quite a bit.
Yeah, Hermano's been one of the players who played the most, to be fair.
Was 2 changes, by the way, for Everton.
So Wheeler on as well for Hobson. If Wheeler was fit to start, why not start her? Rather than throw a 17-year-old for her first.
I'm guessing by the number 7 that it's a change in system.
Well, no, they've dropped Van Havermet into the back line and Claire Wheeler will come in to play defensive midfield.
Okay, that's bizarre then.
So they just put Van Havermet higher and put Hobson into the back line.
Yeah, that's silly.
But then why take her off at half time? She was hardly the worst player on the pitch. You know, Viatriki Sari was woeful in that first half and she's kept her place.
Yeah.
Don't really understand that from a Everton perspective. And was it Purcell on for Snoyce?
I think so.
I mean, yeah, Snoyce just offered nothing all season, to be fair. But Bissell, not Lawley.
That's a
Chance
ball
now
from
for
Baltimore.
Eva Jones. Cuts it back to Connor Reid, and it's off the post and wide.
To a deflection as
Took
well.
a deflection on the way through. Chelsea corner. Connor Reid in electric form almost found a goal, but this is magnificent from Sondi Baltimore. Picks out Eva Jones in behind. She cuts it back.
That's a huge
and
tackle.
There's such an important challenge in there.
Deflects it onto the post.
Sari.
Without the touch, probably finds the bottom corner. It's probably 4-0 Chelsea. The corner then for the away side, already trying to pile on the pressure early on in the second half.
So corner now, Baltimore unable to do much with it, and that is cleared away by Hayashi. Lawrence. That's a bit of a weird one, but that should be a Chelsea throw.
Yes, it will be.
Baltimore. Now Bright. I feel like we're not seeing Natalie Bjorn in a while.
No.
Is that more of a thing for saving her for bigger games?
Potentially. Or, I guess playing the opposite. Tonight, Everton aren't going to get in behind.
I mean, that's what I was just thinking.
Whereas I'd expect her to...
Liverpool next weekend. Could see her there.
Potentially, but especially with the threat of the Olivia Smith.
Also Champions League coming up soon as well.
Yeah.
Celtic home or away and then at home, of course. And a Man City clash sandwiched between those two fixtures. Can't read. Wouldn't be surprised if Bjorn got Liverpool and then City. And Buchanan play tonight and both Celtic legs. And Bright plays all of them. Can't read. Now Wrighton. Baltimore. Back towards Guro Wrighton. Chips it towards the back post. Beaver Jones tries to hit it goalwards, but it's over the bar.
Yeah, I think it had gone off anyway by the time but Aggie got ahead on it. But again, Chelsea moving the ball quickly, moving the ball well. And when Chelsea get the ball down and move it quickly, it's very hard for Everton to keep up. But a good start so far from the Blues in this second 45. Can Everton give the home side something to cheer about? A chance, a goal, maybe.
Yeah. Chelsea's pressing high. It's cleared into Conor Eden out now for an Everton goal kick.
But again, just struggling to play out Everton.
Yeah. Bit tough one.
He has, and the worry will be there's still 40 minutes to go.
Brosnan. Here is Van Havermet. Baltimore can't quite win it, but Bright will come and sweep it up, and she's somehow kept that on the pitch. Brilliant from Bright, and then brought down for a foul. So Chelsea free kick. Buchanan. Bright. Buchanan. Lawrence. Carrying it forwards. Now Viva Jones.
Nice
ball pass. I thought it was going to a left back there.
Wow. What else
Just misses Bright. Picked up by Hayashi. Bissell puts it on the goal, but it's over the bar.
Completely cut.
Yeah.
Bright just left it, and I thought, Baltimore's going to come pick it up, and Baltimore just wasn't there.
Just nowhere there.
What a bizarre... Yeah, Hampton again just knocks it past Bright. You think, that's alright, that's going to the left back, but no, it's a poor pass. He actually finds Bissell. Bissell fires wayward, but Chelsea get away with one there a little bit.
Sonny Baltimore.
Again,
it forwards.
Really tidy football from Baltimore.
Now Guro Wrighton wants to take on the defender but can't. Here come Everton now. Bissell. Towards Payne, that's blocked. Oh, sorry, Hope, that's blocked by Cuthbert, and that'll be a corner.
Maybe a chance for Everton then. They had their first shot of the game a few moments ago. Now they've got a corner. Can they find their first goal from an Everton player this season? Corner's on short.
What time to do it?
Slime in.
From Olasund. That's cleared away. Van Havermet under pressure here from Nusken. And Nusken wins it high.
That's poor.
Now gives it to Carnareed. Oh no, ball in behind. Sorry, to Carnareed over hit though. Oh well, through to Brosnan.
Had to be better that from Guro.
Yeah. No, captain that was, I think.
Yeah.
They all look too similar. So I like Amano, I can differentiate. But Captain, Beaver Jones, Nusken, Cuthbert, Wrighton and Carnery, they all look so similar. Here's Bright. Brilliant from Cuthbert there to take on one, take on two. Now shifts it to Carnery. Carnery plays it into Beaver Jones. Nice footwork. One back in there by a strong challenge, or a good challenge from Hayashi. Unorthodox
from the defensive midfielder. But he got the job done. And that is a pass that has picked out Sonia Bompastor from Heather Payne.
Not sure that was her intention.
Do you think Sorensen's gone with the earpiece tonight so he can act like, but Sonia's got one, so I've got one?
I think he's listening to music. Soothe the pain.
Or he's found the other earpiece that Sonia doesn't wear.
He's listening in. Still can't figure out what to do.
They're probably speaking in French.
No, yeah, he's just listening to James Blunt to get through it. Bit of Goodbye My Lover. All the classics.
Everton have done well. They've held on early in this second half. But as we saw in the first half, all it takes is for 5 minutes for Chelsea to have total dominance and the game is just runs away from
Guro
you.
Wrighton. Force backwards. Bright. Almost feels that because, I know obviously there's still loads of time left, 37 minutes, Chelsea could easily score a few and then there's points redundant. But almost feels like because they put their foot down and scored a few, they've not really come out in the second half with that fire.
Yeah.
That fire in their bellies like they have the last few games. Wrighton and Bright exchange a pass. Here is Nusken. Bright. Baltimore. Tries to find captain. Good challenge in there though from Wheeler.
Vision from Baltimore has been superb today. Just finding is really
off Chelsea.
unorthodox passes.
It's really good passes. Brilliant player.
Oh yeah, superb.
Buchanan. Right. Now Hampton. Buchanan. Forward pass that won't quite find its destination. Good win in there though from Siokanuskan. And she'll lift that towards Carnery. Headed away though in there. Now Buchanan. Sands that back to Hannah Hampton. "35 minutes to go. Buchanan. Lawrence. Cuthbert. And that is a poor pass and out now for an Everton throw. Evan thought that was their throw, took it quickly. It's not, it's a Chelsea.
I did wonder why no one reacted to that throw.
Second player at Stage has decided they're going to take a throw in. Last one got away with it though. Katie McCabe. Hampton. It's another really poor pass out from Hampton. No idea what's going on there.
Lawley will be looking to come on for Everton soon.
Just need that ball to stick up there a bit more.
Yeah.
Sorensen just doesn't look like he has any idea what to do now. Lawrence, captain. Ball through, finds Carnery. That's dealt with. Now Beaver Jones magically takes that down. Carnery. Can she pick out a teammate? Headed away. Across. Cuthbert competes. Captain. Taguro. Gets it wide to Baltimore. Can she make something happen to Andy Baltimore? That is out now for a corner.
Everton have got 10 of their 11 players in their penalty area.
Just so deep.
Yeah. You can't do anything with that. Because you're clearing it to nobody.
And there's still 33 minutes to go. But they've held firm so far in the second half.
They have.
I know it's only been 12 minutes. It's a slightly premature statement. It was around this time in the first half, or about this far into the first half, that they did concede. Buchanan chance. Takes it wide, and that will be
I mean, that's a let-off.
kick.
How can the opposing centre-half take a touch from a corner?
So it was a terrible touch, really.
It was, but I just should have hit it. Should have scored, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Buchanan's been involved in everything in front of goal for Chelsea today. One of those games from an Everton point of view.
Sapphire says, Villa lost again today. I predicted them to finish 5th. Yeah, they just I mean, I don't think it's a bad team to lose to. Because Liverpool are very good. And that is exactly how I would have predicted that game to go. I thought at one point Liverpool were going to throw it away. They've had a tough run, Villa. I think we've made that point quite a few times now. But they have, regardless, been a really poor start to the campaign. Even if I think a lot of their performances have merited a lot more than the results show.
They've got to start finding points.
They do. At the end of the day, we are in a results business.
Yeah.
The football. And performances just...
Here come Everton.
They don't get you prized at the end of the day. Ball into the box. That's cleared back to Hampton. I'm not sure what the complaint is about in the box. Falls on deaf ears.
I think my frustration actually not pull the ball back to the edge of the area. Yeah.
No, she was complaining about that. I think she was complaining, though, as you say, to her teammate, not the officials.
But yeah, Chelsea, as you say, have probably just taken their foot off the accelerator a little bit. Raced away in the last few moments of the first half, and now they're kind of just in control.
Here is Guro Wrighton. Holds onto it well before releasing Sandy Baltimore down the line. Baltimore will whip it in, and that is headed away. And Everton will look to come forwards. Lawrence, though, forcing them back. Alex Lunt welcome to the stream with a very simple message of his own name. And a few smiley faces. Welcome, Alex. Hope you are enjoying the coverage. Or if you've just tuned in, then welcome to the stream. Everton in possession. Ball forwards, one high by Nusken. Here is Carneries. Beaver Jones looks to turn and shoot. Does now shoot. Saved well by Brosnan.
Yeah, sharp again from Chelsea once again. Winning the ball, heart of the pitch. And nearly taking advantage of it once again.
Yeah.
And they've won it back again in Everton's final third.
Right. Now Nusken. Now Cuthbert. Shifts it right, finds Buchanan. Buchanan with options in front of her will go across to Millie Bright. Bright picks out Wrighton, bounces it to Cuthbert. Now Baltimore can't go forwards, goes sideways. Cuthbert forced back to Bright. Now Buchanan, Chelsea getting pinned deeper and deeper here. Now Hampton plays out to find Nusken, who pivots on it, turns at the pass to Captain is picked off. And now here come Everton. Hayashi to Bissell. Can she get a shot away? It is a shot, but it was not going to cause Hampton any issues there.
Yeah, that is... I mean, there's one steward sat in that stand over there, and he's got the exciting job of going to find that football. So it'll be a single change now for Everton.
That's Lawley for, I assume, Snice.
And I think it's going to be a triple for Chelsea. Or at least look to be a triple for Chelsea.
Yeah, Lawley for Katja Snice, who I don't think we've seen.
No.
In the second half.
Okay, change not coming yet for Chelsea, but a triple change will be coming.
Triple change forthcoming. Alex says 14th September. I mean, on the 14th September. Was that the opening weekend? No, that wasn't. That was the weekend before the opening weekend. But yeah, Baltimore. Now Guro Wrighton. Ball in, header on target, saved well by Brosnan. Really good stop.
Yeah, Nusken running in, gets a good head on it, and a good save from the Everton keeper. Another great run from Baltimore, plays it into Guro Wrighton, holds her run well, whips the ball in, over Aggie, falls nicely for Nusken, parried over by Brosnan. Not a bad header from the German. Everton keep it at 3.
Yeah, less than half an hour remaining. Chelsea will be hoping to try and put Everton under a bit more pressure. That corner, though, caught easily by Brosnan, and then I don't really know why, but Beaver Jones just pulled her down there. She looked to try and play it out quickly. Don't really see the point in that.
No.
She picked up a yellow card for her troubles.
Yeah, that was silly.
Don't get it.
No. No need to do that. They weren't really breaking away at much speed.
Well, even if they were. Obviously, Beaver Jones, friendly with the Everton players.
Yeah.
Having a loan spell there not too long ago.
Here comes the
And
triple.
the triple change is Eva Perisset, finally, for Joanna Wrighton Carnegie, which is an odd choice.
That'll be Lawrence, the right wing.
That is going to be Orient Jean-Francois and Natalie Bjorn as well. So a triple change forthcoming. And that will be Nusken and Cuthbert off. So we'll work out where everyone's going to play in a minute.
Dean is dropping deeper.
Baltimore to left wing, Guro to attack midfield. Bjorn at left back.
Yes.
Paris at a right back.
Lawrence right wing.
Something like that.
Cool. Or we're going to see Natalie Bjorn play defensive midfield.
That's also an option.
It is an option.
She's played there. Coming on now to face her former side. She's playing defensive midfield, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, looks to be.
So that's Baltimore. No, Baltimore's gone to left wing.
Oh, yeah.
I think. Who's that on the right wing? Guro's gone to right wing.
Parasite's gone to left.
Parasite's gone to left back. Lawrence at right back. Bjorn in defensive midfield with Jean-Francois.
Okay. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Not sure why, but makes sense.
Does it?
No. But I don't know. I don't know.
Some fun subs. Don't really know why Bjorn is playing defensive midfield, sorry.
No. Or why you've got Parasite left back and Lawrence right back. That one all seems a bit bizarre to me. But here we are, Chelsea 3-0 up with 25 to play.
Excellent. Says, what do you mean it's 6-0? Right, is that a prediction, Alex? Fair enough. Buchanan. Chelsea coming forwards. Captain Lawrence. Nice exchange. Here is Aggie Beaver-Jones. Has options in the box. Comes inside. The cutback though doesn't find anyone. Parasay will give chase. Wins it off of Hope. Now Jean-Francois.
Ooh.
That is definitely a foul. Bjorn takes aim. It's blocked. Somehow not pulled back.
Nah,
I guess
because
the
he
advantage
used it.
was used. Parasay. Jean-Francois should be yellow for. I don't see who brought her down, but they should be booked when it comes back. But it's not a play. Just back with Brosnan. Hope. Hayashi. Here come Everton. Brilliant there. From the Everton winger. That's right, Melissa Lawley, isn't it? It's come on. Trying to work out who number 14 was. Jean-Francois. Now Sandy Baltimore back to Parasay. Finds Buchanan. Lawrence. Bjorn. Captain. Lawrence will keep running after Captain's pulled down. Give us a free kick for some
Lawrence
reason.
is frustrated because she was going.
She was, on a bike.
And the ref's laughing about it, but Lawrence isn't.
No. Not happy herself. Captain. Lawrence. Ball down the line. Beaver-Jones holds on to it well. Now Buchanan. Can't quite find Captain. And that's a ball down the line that Bissell will chase after. Bjorn having to defend here. Good defending to win that back. Cooks it out for a corner.
Yeah. It's been a slow second half, you feel?
Yeah, just haven't kicked on like they have in other games.
No.
Everton have been slightly more solid. Chelsea, though, really saving their blushes, I think. Again, 22 minutes. There's every chance of Chelsea still end this game 6-0.
100%.
But, it's not been a second half where they've really terrorised the Toffees.
No. Corner then for Everton. Can they find a goal? No.
Hampton punches it away. Jean-Francois gets that clear. That's something now to give chase to.
Chase it down herself. Long ball. Is recycled.
Brought down and struck. It's going to fall now for Hope. One back in there by Baltimore. A bit overzealous. And a free kick on the edge.
just clumsy. Shot from Finnegan was blocked. Recycled out, laid off to Ollison, who was then tumbled over, let's say, by Sondy Baltimore. A chance then for Everton. 20 minutes to go. They have a free kick here in a very good position. Yet to score a goal in the WSL this season.
Could they do it?
It's Ollison and Sari over it. Chelsea already conceded a direct free kick this season.
Sorry. Can you replicate what Sunderland did in Chelsea's last WSL fixture? Takes aim, but no. Gets under it, lifts it over the bar. A poor effort in the end from the Greek winger.
Not a good game for Sari. That's all I can say. I can't put a positive spin on it. It's just a bit of poor performance. That's a great ball from Hampton. Chelsea want to move it sharply.
Sonny Baltimore. Goes back now to Bright. Hampton. Jean-Francois. Buchanan. I mean, that is no attempt to play the ball in there from the opposition. But Buchanan just keeps going. Lawrence plays it forward. Guro Wrighton now. Tries to switch the play. Finds Eva Perisset. Baltimore turns. Wants to shoot. Does now shoot off the bar from Sondy Baltimore. It's going to fall now for Lawrence, who wants to try and keep this move alive. She's been forced into this corner. Somehow she's wriggled her way out of it. Jean-Francois. Wrighton. Beaver Jones. I have no idea what Everton are currently doing. That was the most messy way of doing it. They have now got it out. This exchanges a pass. Didn't quite see who with, but it's not come off.
No. But Baltimore went very close to making it 4. A lovely, well-struck effort. Really, really caught it so nicely. And rattling the crossbar. Beat Brosnan, but couldn't keep it under the goal.
Yeah. So Everton in possession now. Switch to the play, looking for hope. Hard pressed to keep that one on. But Perisset will get there.
I think Everton has spent this whole season looking for hope. And they're yet to find any, really.
Yeah, can't find her. Where's she going?
No. Found 10 players.
Baltimore. She's trying to slide that ball for it to cut up by Van Havermet, but Beaver Jones will eventually go and get it. Perisset.
I mean, I predicted 3-0 at the start, so I will take it.
To Buchanan. To Bjorn.
Ooh.
Not a great touch. She'll get away with it, though. She rides the attempted challenge of Emma Vassell. Now Buchanan. Bright. I mean, there is still 15 minutes here. Second half that has dragged its feet at times.
Yeah.
But it is still coming. It is still going.
Can Chelsea get a stomp on?
Perisset. Now Beaver Jones. Turns really well in there.
Has to go Baltimore.
Lays it to Bjorn. Now Perisset. Could this be delivered? Baltimore. Bjorn. Bright. Falls now for Orient and Jean-Francois. Sondy Baltimore. Jean-Francois. Nice football from Chelsea. Still camped in this Everton half. Bright. Lovely drilled ball across to Ashley Lawrence. Into Guro Wrighton now. Jean-Francois. Can't quite make anything happen. Everton looking to break. Sari. Still going via tricky Sari. Lawrence gets back in well. Buchanan. To Bright. Now Perisay. Baltimore. Bjorn to Bright. Jean-Francois back to Millie Bright. Lawrence can't quite get that pass in. And now Everton will bring it the other way. Nice bit of movement, doesn't quite come off. Finnegan, Van Havermet. Now Hope. One option down the line, wasn't really one emerging. So what's gone wrong for Chelsea in the second half? Has anything gone wrong? Or why haven't they scored?
I just think they've taken their foot off the gas. I think it's got to a point where they're 3-0 up, they're in cruise control, they're not really pushing, they're coming forward, but it's a little, for me, Chelsea are only at 60-70% in this second half.
If that, to be fair.
Yeah, Baltimore's hit the bar. Brosnan had made a couple saves, but apart from that, I think Chelsea have just taking it slowly. And Everton haven't really done anything all game, which is a shame for them. Another disappointing performance. Aggie Jones is down here for Chelsea. Hopefully nothing is a problem. This was Baltimore's effort that cannoned off the crossbar. It's a great strike. Hit so well.
Yeah, it was unlucky.
Yeah, really, really well struck. Just couldn't keep it on the underside of the crossbar. Yeah, a lot of work to do from an Everton point of view in this season. For Chelsea, they'll take the win. I think Sonia would have liked to see them maybe a bit more convincing in the second half, but at the end of the day, they're just taking it slowly.
Yeah, it's an opportunity though for some players to shine and to really prove themselves, and they're just not really taking it.
There was.
Still 15 minutes though. Sapphire says relegation between Everton and West Ham. Palace can at least score. West Ham can score as well though. I mean, I know
they can't defend.
It's only Rico Ueki that can score, but they've not been too bad. West Ham, they've not been tanked. Again, they've not really been tanked by anyone yet.
They haven't, to be fair.
Today they were very unlucky in the manner they lost that win.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the game. So that was a bit of a mess.
But Everton are just not offering anything.
On a different day, Chelsea could have won this 7-0.
They potentially.
They've just not been as ruthless as they have been with other teams, Chelsea, today.
No.
Carnery just didn't really seem on it.
No, that is true.
Quiet day for her. Obviously, Lauren James to just go and score a goal.
Yeah. So Aggie is she getting subbed off or is she just coming off? She's
be subbed off, and that is Melis Mpome.
Well, unless Mpome's up front or Millie Bright's up front, I don't know anymore who's playing where.
I have no idea. Bompastor is literally just picking players she fancies putting on there. And Mpome has gone to right back, Lawrence to right wing, Guro up front. Maybe.
That's cool. Just put Millie Bright up front at this point.
Might as well. Chelsea have 4 centre-backs on the pitch, 2 right-backs.
Well, Guro's not up front.
2 left wingers.
So who's up front?
And 2 central midfielders.
Oh, she's up front.
And that's the team.
Yeah. But your captain's the one leading. There we go.
Who?
It's incredible.
Genuinely. 2 left wingers, 2 right-backs.
I mean, that's partly the reason why
4
Chelsea put him in
centre-backs, 2
as
central
ruthless.
midfielders.
Is they are
So just randomising the team selection.
Well, I'm guessing it's right because I think what it'll be is that, like there, Bompastor wants to rest Ramirez. So rather than bring on Ramirez for 12 minutes, just put Mpome on, reshuffle the team. Everton aren't going to win because of it. And yeah, I think it's just saving rotation.
Yeah. Sapphire says West Ham have the worst goal difference though. It's only one worse than... Sorry, they've got a better goal difference than Everton. This is -8.
That was before. I guess that was before tonight.
They've conceded 1 goal more than Everton, but then Everton could easily concede another one here and something that's level.
And Everton can't score.
That is also the problem. Team with the worst goal difference is Crystal Palace, -13. They've only scored 3 goals, and they've shipped 16.
But then you take 7 off at Chelsea.
And they conceded 3 today and 4 to Tottenham. Other than that, they've fairly conceded.
That's the thing.
Only 2 others.
They conceded 16, but they've conceded 14 in 3.
Yeah. That is an overhit plastic bounce.
Yeah, I mean, on Pomade making the overlapping run down the right is just not work. It's just not going to work.
Yeah, I have no idea what this Chelsea team is right now.
I think it is just simply to rotate and rest as much as possible.
John says Everton have got to give it a go against the teams near them at the bottom of the table. And the problem is we've seen them play West Ham, and in that game they really should have lost. They managed to nick a point, and while that's a crucial point, the performance was not convincing at all. The problem is now for Everton and West Ham is the results just keep getting worse. The teams above them are just getting slightly away, just starting to pull away. I know this weekend that all of the bottom 5 lost, but still. Other than Tottenham, obviously, have climbed.
Yeah.
But the current bottom 5, now that Tottenham have gone out of that, all won.
Did Leicester lose?
Oh, lost, sorry. Lost to Brighton, 1-0.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty nothing game. Brighton scored in the first half and nothing happened for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Leicester just didn't really get involved. They had 2 shots all game and 36% of the ball.
It's worrying.
Brighton are brilliant, though, to be fair.
And I think Leicester are comfortably ahead of the likes of Everton and West Ham.
Yeah, they just don't. They're just sorely lacking any goal threat now with Yuthra Antala and Noemi Mouchon both out.
Yeah. But they've still scored more than Everton, which tells you all you need to know.
Yeah. That much is true.
I just don't know who Everton look at to score a goal, is the other problem.
And now a chance for captain, and it's there.
That's
really did come from nothing. Everton couldn't deal with it in their defensive third. I'm not even sure how it has fallen to captain. I don't think it's intended.
And Pomade doesn't cross it in. It's a
tackle that spills out, isn't it, here?
So Pomade makes the overlap.
So Baltimore's coming forward, tries to give it to Pomade, and Pomade misses it, but makes a tackle. Wrighton then doesn't think she's going to get it, but tries to block the clearance.
Yeah.
Finnegan just never clears it.
It's almost a dummy from Wrighton that means Finnegan doesn't actually touch it.
Well, she's just waiting to block it.
Yeah.
But instead Finnegan just misses it, so it rolls through the captain, who slots it home. Now that you can see there, Guro's jumping to get in the way of any clearance, just never comes.
Hell of a finish from captain.
He really well taken.
But another terrible goal to concede for Everton. 4 for Chelsea. Captain with is that her first goal in blue?
In the WSL potentially, yeah.
I think so.
I think she won the against 20, didn't she?
Potentially.
I'll have a gander.
Yes. Long ball. She's
got an assist against 20.
Right.
Assist against Pass as well. No goals yet. So first goal for Chelsea.
So we want to see, and here come Chelsea again.
Jean-Francois. Ball into the box. Chance for Chelsea. Goal for Chelsea. Ashley Lawrence scores. And suddenly, a game that looked like a comfortable victory now looks like a big win for Chelsea. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Everton 0, Chelsea 5.
Yeah. 2 bursts for Chelsea. 1 at the end of the first half and 1 at the end of the second that have turned this from a 1-0 to a 5-0.
And the problem is, how long will this burst continue for? Because there's still 7 minutes and added time.
Brilliant foot from Chelsea. Ashley Lawrence finds a goal. Don't know why she's up front, but she scored.
John says, how did Arsenal not score against Everton? Everton defended better that day, and Arsenal are very good at missing chances. They just can't break down low blocks. Whereas Chelsea just constantly open
This is a brilliant example from Francois. She plays the pass, but she does not stop running, becomes the option, puts a lovely ball in.
Given up by this point. I mean, that is just terrible marking in the box.
Ashley just stands there.
She just walks past the 2 defenders, slots it in the goal.
She doesn't burst into the box. She just runs alongside them and then they stop running. There you go, 2 goals in 2 minutes and it's gone from 3-0 to 5-0.
Crazy how Chelsea winning 5-0 has such little impact on everyone's fantasies over herself. Because who has Ashley Lawrence and Orion Jean-Francois?
Or Vika Captain and Pomade and Pomade.
I mean, defenders, you'll get your 6, and if you've got Buchanan, you've got an assist in there, but yeah. a weird evening for Fantasy WSL. Carnreid came away with 3 points. Ramirez hasn't even come on. So I'll get Losada's 2 subbed in.
It'll be Guro owners, really, that benefit.
So you?
No.
Oh, did you sell her?
I think so.
Well,
I have no idea.
Lawrence.
I'm putting all my eggs
Free
into
kick.
one
For
FPL.
Chelsea.
One fancy basket.
Fair enough.
5 minutes to go. I think Sarri might have has had probably one of the worst individual performances of the season in the WSL tonight.
I'll just keep dropping 10 places overall.
What, every time Chelsea score a goal?
Yeah.
Oh, this is just ruthless from
So it'll
Chelsea.
be like someone that's got Lawrence,
Merseyside,
I'm guessing.
Baltimore,
Or a few people that do.
Francois. Baltimore.
Baltimore. Lovely football. Sunday Baltimore takes Sane over the bar.
Surprised Baltimore hasn't scored yesterday. She's looked incredible. Like, absolutely brilliant. Sunday Baltimore. Another effort there. She had an effort at the bar. That effort just goes over the crossbar. 5.
Someone's used the wall, by the way.
Yeah.
Had Kasparai and Uwahabi at City, both keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Bagley and Pattinson, both keep a clean
Yeah.
sheet. Captain Bright, so that's 20. So that's 10-10, 11-10, 20 from the back line. And then obviously the wall gives you extra points with Carnreid and Wrighton. Wrighton scored as well. And then a goal from Shaw. 86 points, top of the world.
That's really strong.
So, I mean, yeah, to get the Brighton, City and Chelsea clean sheet in there.
Lawrence puts it in. It's flicked on by an Everton player, but falls just
Baltimore
over.
just couldn't quite reach it. She will poke it to Parasay.
What a
Now
ball.
captain. Yeah, my wall was nowhere near that successful. I think I got like 1 or 2 clean sheets from it. Right.
Well, this is too easy.
Now Bjorn. Wrighton. Chelsea just passing around the Everton.
Chelsea ran out of space. They played it so nicely, they ran out of space.
Yeah.
And that is a glum look of a manager who's running out of ideas. 13 home games. Since the start of last season, Everton have only won 1 game at home. That is a dreadful record.
8 points.
From a possible 39 at home.
To the start of last season. Dear God.
Yeah, that's tough.
Meili Saint-Pomé. They also travelled well last year, but I mean, to be fair, they picked up 2 points, one home, one away this year, so it's not made a huge difference whether they're here or not. Parasay carrying the ball forward, tries to find Guro Wrighton. We'll go through the boss now.
Yeah.
Do you remember, I remember watching the Everton United game with sound on. A lot of the games we watch, we don't have any sound on, so we can't really gauge the fan reaction. All you could hear was United fans. And that was at is it Finley Park?
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, that was weird. All you could hear was the United fans. There was a few times where you'd hear a couple of Everton fans getting chants going and stuff. But a lot of
I think the other thing for just on the Everton result is I don't think I've ever seen a goal kicker concede 5 goals and not look bad.
And Brosnan's made a few saves.
Brosnan's
that
alright.
Third one. Dear me.
Yeah. The 5th one went for her legs.
But then the defence, it's all switched off. Not much you could have done about the captain one. Not much you could have done about the Cuthbert one. That's both defensive errors.
And the first one was a header from Beaver Jones, which was quite good.
It's only really that third one she should have done more.
And that's what would frustrate Sorensen, was that I think the first Chelsea goal was the only one that was actually brilliant from Chelsea. The other 4 were just poor from Everton.
Yeah.
Either individually or as a defensive unit.
A lot of them were. It wasn't like Chelsea didn't take the chance that Everton handed to them. The chance Chelsea took when they bring it forwards and Everton just wouldn't deal with it. And really, they should have. Particularly the 4th goal, the captain goal. I mean, that's simple.
Yeah.
Stop the ball coming in. Oh, it hasn't. All right, just clear it away for again. Oh, you've missed it. Captain scores. Here's Bjorn. Tries to find Baltimore, not going to come off. She'll try and hold it off for a corner, and that will be Chelsea corner. And as the time will tick over 90 minutes shortly, Chelsea up by 5 goals to 0. And that is now, I think, 20 goals in 5 WSL matches. A perfect start for the Blues, averaging 4 goals a match. And they've only conceded 3.
Wow.
Utterly dominant season so far from Chelsea.
Averaging 4 goals a game when you've played Arsenal.
And they only beat Villa 1-0 on the opening day.
Just, wow. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been.
We are going to get additional time.
Plus 17 goal difference.
We could get any additional time?
Everton, 3rd most goals conceded. Only Palace and Tottenham have shipped more.
Yeah.
It's really bad reading for Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
14 goals they've conceded. That's mental. What Tottenham do, man?
I do not know.
I know they conceded 3 at Liverpool, 3 United, 5 at Chelsea. They conceded once to West Ham, 2 to Villa, and none to Palace. Yeah. And they face City this weekend, so it doesn't get much easier. City this weekend, Arsenal after that. If they hadn't beat West Ham, I think they'd be in genuine trouble right now. Which there was large portions of that game where they were drawing. Yeah. Obviously, England scored on 51, and then there's the 92nd minute own goal. But yeah. Sapphire says, I miss UWCL. Well, it's back not this week, but the week after. And I think for the first time this season, we will be streaming a Chelsea UWCL game. So that's exciting.
I can hear the cheers already.
Yeah.
Woo.
Join us there. It'll be Celtic Chelsea, the game at Celtic Park. And then I think we're also doing at least one of the 2 other fixtures.
Yes.
I can't remember if we're doing both. I can't remember what day it is.
Cuts it
back. It's not quite found anyone. Medicine Pomade will keep it alive. Bjorn on the edge if you want to find us. She'll cross it in instead. Brosnan will claim it well. But yes, our first Chelsea UCL stream coming up the week after next. Then obviously we are there at Stamford Bridge for Chelsea Celtic.
Yes.
And then we've got the other UCL games up in December. That's cut out there by Orient Jean-Francois. Now Bjorn. Blocked shot. Chelsea wants to bring it forwards. No idea what has happened there. Beatrice Sari brought it down and suddenly fell down. And this will be worrying. Because there was not any contact there.
It was a foul.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't look like one to me. Yeah, it just went down off the ball.
I think she was caught. But yeah, hopefully she's okay. But we will run through the additional time. It's one of those for Everton, you just want that final whistle to blow. Sorensen with a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot. So says Arsenal versus Juventus will be interesting. Is that the Tuesday game? There's 2 games on Tuesday. I can't remember what we're doing. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, Tuesday the 12th. I think we're doing both games that evening. Yeah, Juventus Arsenal will be interesting. 5:45. If Arsenal win that, suddenly they're in a really good position to qualify.
Yeah, they are.
And obviously they play Juventus the week after. I think that's the week which I'm not about, so you're doing Arsenal Juventus.
Yes, potentially.
But not the other City Harby game.
Well, sorry, comes off for Thomas for the sake of 30 seconds.
Yeah, and City versus Harby as Sapphire said, so that is Tuesday the 9th? 12th. But yeah, that will be interesting. Yeah, obviously this week, nothing this midweek. Then next weekend we've got a triple up, I think, of streams. Friday evening there are 2 matches. Arsenal, Brighton, and City, Tottenham. We're doing City, Tottenham, and then on Sunday I think it's Chelsea, Liverpool, and
Man United, Villa.
Oh, that'll be fun. I feel like I haven't watched much. I've not seen Villa. We've not watched Villa on here since Chelsea. Then the opening game week, and that is full time. Oh yeah, indeed they did well there. Anyway, that is full time here at Goodison Park. Everton 0, Chelsea 5. A damning win, a damning result for Everton. A strong win for Chelsea. By the end, they ended with an unconventional lineup, but they have got the result over the line, and that is what matters really. Chelsea hasn't been the most convincing start to the season on the pitch, but on the table they've scored 20 goals. They've got a plus 17 goal difference. They've won every match, and they look absolutely brilliant. So if this performance isn't at 100%, what on earth have we got to come from the Blues? But strong stuff. Chelsea only second because they haven't played all of the games yet. So good start to the season for them. We'll be back tomorrow to review it all in our match week 6 review. Join us there, and that'll be out 5 o'clock UK time as always. So look out for that. Other than that, we'll have a video out on Wednesday about something women's football based, and then we'll be live 3 times over next weekend. So look out for all of those. Once on Friday and both the games on Sunday. So all the TV fixtures we will be live for. That's everything though from us today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.